Hey guys, in this world, people mysteriously start catching fire. A young man joins a group of firefighters to uncover the cause and save lives. At the beginning of the story, a man mysteriously catches fire inside a subway train. This causes an explosion, and the train makes an emergency stop at the next station. An alarm sounds, warning everyone to leave the area as quickly as possible. While everyone is fleeing, a boy named Shinra watches everything and sees a fully charred, burning creature emerge from the train. He prepares to fight, but at that moment, the special fire force arrives. They order everyone, including Shinra, to evacuate the area. A blonde-haired girl named Iris begins to pray while the rest of the team charges at the creature. One of them throws an extinguisher bomb to reduce the flames. The creature retaliates with a fireball, but it is easily dissipated by one of the squad members, buying time for the captain to approach the monster and take it down with ease. Shinra is impressed by what he sees and notices a lamp about to fall on Iris. He quickly releases bursts of fire from his feet, propelling himself forward and saving the girl. One of the officers recognizes him, and Shinra introduces himself as the new recruit for Company 8. Later, Shinra arrives at the company's headquarters and notices that the building is very old. He is welcomed by Lieutenant Takehisa Hinawa and meets Captain Akitaru Obi. The captain asks why Shinra was smiling in his resume photo, and the boy replies that when he gets nervous, his body tenses up and it looks like he's smiling. Akitaru then stares at the boy until he gives a creepy smile, which makes the captain laugh. He then asks why Shinra wanted to join. Shinra answers that he wants to become a hero. The captain says he has no problem with that, but reminds him that firefighters are a team and must always think as one. Lieutenant Takehisa adds that he heard about Shinra's past. After an incident in his childhood, he was nicknamed the Devil, and says he doesn't believe Shinra truly wants to be a hero. Meanwhile, Iris and Maki introduce themselves to Shinra. Iris thanks him for saving her, and Maki finds the situation very romantic, which doesn't please Iris. Takehisa interrupts and tells the captain that it's time. The captain gathers the team and explains that a long time ago, people began to spontaneously combust, known as the first generation of infernals. Beings who lose control of their bodies and minds and burn until their core is destroyed. The mission of the Fire Force is to defeat the infernals, protect the people, uncover the cause of spontaneous human combustion, and save humanity. At night, while lying in bed, Shinra remembers his mother and how he promised to become a hero, to protect her and his brother. But the memory shifts to his grandmother, saying she didn't want to stay with him anymore after what happened to his mother. At that moment, the alarm sounds, and Maki informs him that an infernal has appeared and they must leave. Everyone gets ready and heads to a factory where the manager's wife had turned into an infernal. Iris speaks to the man who begs them to put her to rest and end her suffering. They enter the factory and Shinra recalls memories with his mother. Seeing all the fire, he panics, but the captain reassures him. Maki tries to clear a path through the flames, but suddenly the creature appears and attacks Shinra, throwing him far. In a flashback, Shinra remembers the day his mother and brother died in a fire. Many people blamed him for what happened, as he was a third-generation pyrokinetic, even though he said he wasn't at fault. At that moment, Shinra wakes up with his teammates, protecting him from the flames. The captain orders everyone to get ready. He charges the creature with his axe while Maki suppresses the flames. Shinra concentrates his fire on his feet and flies toward the monster, striking its core and defeating the infernal. After the battle, the woman's husband thanks Shinra, and a crowd praises him, making the boy very happy. The other day, a young blonde boy appears in front of Company 8's headquarters. Shinra talks with Captain Obi, who explains that there will be a competition where all the rookie recruits will compete against each other, and that Shinra, along with a new recruit arriving today, will represent Company 8's team. Shinra gets curious to know if others besides the rookies will participate, and the captain confirms that they will. Shinra then walks through the halls of the headquarters, wondering if anyone from the competition was there the day of the fire that killed his mother. While he is still thinking, Shinra recognizes Arthur, an old acquaintance, and the two immediately begin to argue. Elsewhere, Iris watches Maki controlling a flame and giving it life. Iris compliments her, but Maki explains that she's only second generation and needs fuel to create fire, unlike Shinra. Then Arthur and Shinra arrive fighting in the same place the girls are. Maki asks who the new guy is, and he introduces himself as Arthur, a knight calling the two girls princesses. Iris recognizes him as the new third-generation soldier. Shinra says they went to the academy together, but he doesn't like him. Lieutenant Takehisa arrives at the scene, extinguishes the flame Maki had brought to life, and scolds her, saying that firefighters don't play with fire. He meets Arthur and decides to test both his and Shinra's skills by asking Maki to fight them. Iris wonders if that's a good idea since both boys are third generation, but the lieutenant says not to underestimate Maki. Maki charges at Shinra. He tries to escape by flying with the flames from his feet, but she puts out his fire and throws him out of the building. Shinra falls but uses his powers to land safely. Arthur then draws his flaming sword and attacks Maki. She tries to extinguish the flame, but since it's made of plasma, it can't be put out easily. The two begin to fight, but Maki quickly immobilizes him and kicks him away. Arthur calls her an ogre, making her very angry. At that moment, Shinra appears again and also calls her an ogre. Annoyed, Maki gives life to Shinra's flames and to Arthur's sword. She combines both flames into one big fireball, and the two give up fighting her. Later, the captain takes both recruits out to eat together, but they won't stop competing against each other. After lunch, Obi takes them to a shooting range, where Shinra trains with a special axe to throw darts. Arthur says he doesn't need it since he has his own sword. Then the alarm sounds, alerting them that a new infernal has appeared. Since the infernal is inside a house, Obi hands the axe to Shinra, as the closed space will make it difficult for him to use his powers. He tells everyone to hide their weapons and not let anyone see them. Upon arriving at the scene, they see a woman crying. Her mother had turned into an infernal 2 years ago, and now her father too. This deeply moves the captain. They prepare to enter the house, and Shinra and Arthur reveal their weapons. The captain immediately takes them to a secluded spot and scolds them for showing their weapons in public. Arthur questions the order, and Obi explains that they tell people they're helping the infernals rest, but they know what really happens. That's why they must consider the suffering of the infernals' loved ones and avoid showing weapons in front of them. In the middle of the crowd, a man holding a bottle of gunpowder causes an explosion and alters the fire's form. The team thinks the infernal caused it and rushes into the house. Inside, the infernal is sitting at the table, unmoving. Arthur asks permission to eliminate the infernal, but Shinra stops him, saying the man isn't doing anything. Arthur argues that the man is enduring great pain from the flames, and they should end his suffering. The captain agrees, and Arthur strikes the infernal's core with his sword. Suddenly, gunpowder starts falling from the walls, triggering explosions. Everyone escapes, but the captain stays behind to retrieve a picture frame from inside the house. The roof collapses on him, but luckily he escapes. The mysterious man observes what happened and leaves the area. Obi gives the picture frame to the infernal's daughter, who is crying, and comforts her. Back at the headquarters, Arthur tells Shinra to get some sleep, but he realizes that Arthur also can't sleep after everything they witnessed. In another location, the mysterious man from before, named Joker, is talking with the scientist Victor Licht. The scientist explains that the world is slowly falling apart. Countries that once existed have been destroyed, and outside the Tokyo Empire where they live, there are very few places left where people can survive, which is causing many to move to Tokyo. Tired of hearing all this, Joker thanks Victor for the explosive gunpowder he gave him. The scientist says he's been researching Company 8, while Joker stares at a file with information about Shinra. On the day of the recruit competition, Shinra is feeling very confident and meets the firefighters' mascots. A cat, a dog, and a man with a dog's head, Maki's favorite mascot. Victor also shows up in the stands to watch the competition. While observing the crowd, Shinra notices a man with a number 1 on his jacket. He recognizes him from the day of the fire that changed his life. It's Leonard Burns, the captain of Company 1, and approaches him to talk. The man is polite at first, but the moment he hears Shinra's name, he excuses himself, saying he's too busy. Shinra insists on talking to him, but is stopped by Tamaki Kotatsu, a recruit from Company 1 of the Fire Force. He manages to escape her and tries to talk to the captain again. Leonard says he doesn't remember the fire and tells Shinra to get ready, as the competition is about to begin. But Shinra senses he's hiding something. Back at the competition, an officer explains that they must enter a building simulating a fire, rescue the wounded, and overcome obstacles. The recruit who reaches the fake infernal first will be the winner. Everyone rushes toward the building, but Shinra uses the flames from his feet to fly and enter first. Tamaki quickly uses her powers to create cat ears and a tail out of fire, making her much faster. Inside the building, Shinra encounters Joker. He has knocked out the fire officers and asks Shinra if he wants to learn more about the fire from 12 years ago. Shinra asks how he knows about it, and Joker starts kicking the unconscious officers. He creates a fire card and threatens to kill them. Shinra charges at him, spinning and creating a small fire tornado to push the villain away from his comrades. Joker pulls out a vial of gunpowder from his pocket and causes explosions around the area, hitting Shinra and throwing him back. Joker punches Shinra and creates even more explosions. He throws flaming cards at Shinra, slashing his arm. Joker is disappointed by how easy it was to defeat the boy, and Shinra is terrified of being killed. But before that happens, Joker reveals that Shinra's brother is still alive. This enrages Shinra. He can't believe it's true. He starts attacking the villain, and Joker gets excited to see Shinra's real power. Elsewhere in the building, Arthur meets up with Tamaki, and the two head to the battle. Shinra tells Arthur to leave and call for help, but Arthur doesn't believe him, thinking it's still part of the competition. Arthur tries to strike Joker with his sword while Tamaki restrains him with her flames. The man uses gunpowder to create more explosions and spreads it throughout the area, vanishing into the darkness. Shinra warns everyone that everything is about to explode. He tells Arthur to cut through the ceiling while Tamaki destroys it with her flames. Shinra flies everyone out of the building, but they're hit by the blast. Shinra ends up dropping Arthur and Tamaki while carrying the two unconscious officers. Tamaki is saved by Captain Leonard, and Company 8's members rescue Arthur. Leonard thanks Shinra for saving his recruit and compliments Captain Obi on his new team member. That night, Shinra tells Captain Obi everything that happened inside the building and asks if the Fire Force is hiding something. The captain explains that the Fire Force is composed of 3 factions: the Holy Sol Temple, the Tokyo Armed Forces, and the Fire Defense Agency. Each company is influenced by one of these groups. Company 1 is under the Holy Sol Temple, the Tokyo Armed Forces control Company 2, and the Hajima Company, the main supplier of weapons for the firefighters, controls Company 5. All companies are supposed to defeat infernals, protect the people, and discover the cause of spontaneous human combustion. However, the companies do not share information with each other, and some may have already found the cause. That's why Company 8 was created, to investigate the other companies. Upon hearing this, Shinra is determined to help the captain with this mission. Hey guys, I'm Natan, and every week I'm here bringing you the best anime recaps. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe and leave a like. See you next time!